Art for all and all for art. It's a motto that Lisa McKhann has been working with for a number of years, and she's here with the playlist right now. Welcome to the playlist.
Thank you so much for having me.
So when did this motto become a piece that you wanted to follow and develop?
Oh, early on in my work here in Duluth, I was working on stage doing different performances, but I felt that audience participation was important, and I felt that people tend to put boundaries on themselves and what they can and can't do, and I felt that just trying to encourage people beyond those boundaries was useful and important work in itself.
What kind of sounds did you guys make?
One of the first times I ran into you, you were working on some rather big dance productions, collaboratively bringing people in, but also doing solo work. How does dance fit in your universe of artistic expression?
Dance is lovely for me because it's nonverbal. I do modern dance, so it's not story-based, and I get to generate material out of my own physicality and emotions, and with music, but usually the movement comes first, and I find the music later, if at all. So in my life now, I teach 3 times a week, and that kind of keeps me tuned up, and I just sort of wait to think about, what's next.
Tell me about Sounding Duluth and what that project was about.
That was a huge collaboration, the biggest ever for me and Project Lulu. And we had several different choreographers. We had a couple composers, painters doing live painting on the stage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work.
One of the things that you have started in this area and probably beyond is something called Project Lulu. And give me a sense of what that's about and who is it for?
Lulu Bell is a childhood nickname, and so Project Lulu gave me permission to use whatever creative tools were at hand. And so I work in dance and in writing and in visual art, and so Project Lulu started as a playground, basically, for me and other artists of all different media to get together. Now Project Lulu is a nonprofit, and it's based here in Duluth, and it works again with expressive arts and a different media, but one of our main goals now is to bring these expressive arts opportunities to people, particularly those with some kind of a health issue or other situation in their life where doing some thinking or expressing or writing or drawing or movement might help them sort of process something.
Recently, you did an Arts Express Grand Rapids project where you kind of brought those tools and invited the Grand Rapids community to be involved, and it was around cancer survivors and their families.
Right, right. Yeah, about 7 years ago, I had a cancer diagnosis, and after that, it changed my life, of course. And this project in Grand Rapids pulled together sort of one project that came out of my own experience, which we call the Reflecting Pools. It's a writing space. And then it also brought some of our area's great artists. One is Sheila Packa, who's a beautiful poet, and the other is Elizabeth Kuth, who's an amazing expressive painter, to come to Grand Rapids and offer these workshops, art for non-artists, art for anybody. And they did just a beautiful job of working with, it wound up being all women cancer survivors in 2 long Saturday sessions where people just immersed themselves in the work.
Are there different conversations at the end of the second day of workshops than there are coming in?
Oh yeah, I mean they're just beaming, and they're leading people. Like when we put up the, we put up this very casual but beautiful exhibit in this lovely space in Grand Rapids, and they're leading people around and talking about it, and it's just so excited by what they've experienced in the moment and then what they see as the final products. I mean, we don't aim toward product, but there's no denying that they do amazing work.
Tell me what's next for Project Lulu.
Project Lulu is just 2 years old, and we're, as a nonprofit, looking to just bring in more people to the reflecting pools and do some more events and workshops.
And what are your goals for you?
I want to get back into writing. I have been writing some, and then it's just a matter of what do I do with it. Part of what brought me into the performance space was not liking to wait to get published. I have gotten published some, but I certainly wouldn't want to plan my life around it. I like instant gratification too much. So finding ways to bring words and language out in a way that I have some control over it and get to do it when I'm ready instead of waiting and waiting. And then nature has always been a huge place of solace for me, and so I think my own work, I want to find ways to do some work, in our beautiful creeks around Duluth, something that's more of a happening, that's more of a audience participation all up and down Tisher Creek or something like, wouldn't that just something really just fun and a one-day yeehaw type of event.
Thank you for invigorating our community, and thank you for sharing your time.
Well, thank you for having me. It's lovely.